Hi beautiful, welcome to my channel. In today's video we're going to be doing the 5 looks 1 palette video with the ABH Norvina palette. This is palette volume 5 and I was so excited to continue to play with this one. I am so glad that a bunch of you guys requested a 5 looks 1 palette with it. I feel like usually with larger palettes I get a few more requests for 5 looks 1 palette videos because you guys want to see how to better put shades together to create beautiful looks. I had a ton of fun playing with this one. If you guys liked the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up before you leave. If you're new to my channel, I have 5 looks 1 palette videos with all of the most popular palettes on the market. You can check out the playlist. I have so many 5 looks 1 palette videos, so please subscribe before you leave. And before the video ends, please comment down below 1 through 5 which look was your favorite one. I also wanted to let you know, if you're new to my channel or you haven't watched any of my recent videos, that REPHR brushes, which is the brushes that I use for every single eyeshadow video, they're my favorite eyeshadow brushes, they're having a discount right now. I'm leaving you guys the link on my description box as well as which brushes to get if you're interested. I'm very surprised that the 40% bundles haven't sold out yet, so definitely go ahead and check it out. And with that said, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, let's get started with the first look. I'm so excited. First things first, I have my REPHR number 15 brush right here, and we are grabbing the color B2, and this is going to be kind of my transition shade. So I'm putting it on the crease of my eye, just blending back and forth with it. And I primed my eyes with the Rare Beauty eyeshadow primer. I want to build pigmentation a little bit, so I'm just patting the color back and forth with my brush. And now that I have a really nice amount of it deposited, I'm just going to blend any edges on the upper side. And I'm doing that by running my same number 15 brush from REPHR back and forth. I grabbed a little bit of the color A1 and I'm putting it right underneath my brow. This is that white matte shade. And I'm using the REPHR number 2 brush for this. Back with the number 15, I'm blending everything. Okay, I think I was having a little bit of trouble because my brushes weren't fully dry, because I just cleaned them with my instant cleaner, and I think they are now dry, and so now things are blending easier. I was so confused why things weren't blending as easily as the first day I used the palette. Okay, that looks fabulous, and that is the nice gradient color that I wanted on the crease. Switch to my REPHR number 1 brush and the color E2. This one I haven't used yet, so I'm excited to see. It looks just like it looks in the pan. It's beautiful and it is a dream to blend. So I'm putting it on the outer corner and blending it into our crease shade. And then I'm going to use a little bit of the color E5 with the same brush and darken up that outer corner even more. I want this one to be nice and dark and smoky. So I'm just doing little circles around that outer corner of the eye to blend the colors into my crease shade. With whatever remaining color, I'm just running the brush through the entire crease. And back with my REPHR number 15, just making sure that the upper side of things is blended nicely too. I'm going to use the color D3, which is this beautiful, super dark, sparkly shade. And I'm going to pat it on my eyelid all the way in. That is so stunning. Talk about a stunning shade. That is beautiful. So pretty. With my REPHR number 2 brush, I'm just going to fix the edge of the shimmer. I want it to be a little more defined. That is so pretty. Okay, a little bit more of the color E5 because I want to match that darkness, and I'm running it on the outer V of the eye. I put it on the tip of REPHR number 1 just to intensify things a little further. Okay, so this is how things are looking. I'm going to clean right underneath my eye real quick and do a little bit of face makeup so that we can finish this up. Okay, I'm back. I went ahead and wiped underneath my eye and then I put makeup around it. So let's go ahead and finish this one up. I'm going to start with the color E5 on my REPHR number 13 brush, and I'm going to put it right underneath my lower lash line, from the outer corner inwards. This is a bold look. I promise you I'll do some more natural looking ones too. But I had to play with this shade right here. It's so beautiful. Okay, now I mixed B2 and a little bit of A1 as well with it, and we are going to smoke out the lower lash line. by running the same number 13 brush back and forth all underneath my eye. I went ahead and brightened up the waterline with the Q-Ting eyeliner from Fenty. And why not? I broke out an eyeliner. This one is the Fly Liner, I believe, also from Fenty. And I did a wing. For the inner corner, I'm going to use the color B1 and just tap it in there with my REPHR number 28 brush. I like to mix it in with my eyelid color, so I'm putting it over the edge of that. And this is the final look number 1 before lashes or mascara. Let me do some of that and I'll be right back to show you the final look. Okay, I'm back and I went ahead and put on some lashes and did some bottom lash mascara, and this is the final first look with this Norvina palette. I feel like we started with the bang. This is probably the most dramatic look that I'll end up doing because it's just super dark and smoky all around, but I absolutely love the way that it came out. These eyeshadows truly have amazing quality. Everything was so easy to blend, so easy to apply, so easy to build up. So yeah. This is the final first look. Let's move on to look number 2. To get started with look number 2, I'm going to go into the color A4. Using a big fluffy brush, this one is my REPHR number 27. And I'm just going to very lightly diffuse it all over the crease of my eye. Just back and forth with that number 27 brush. Now that I have a nice wash of that color all over, I'm going to the color D4. I wasn't sure what transition-ish color to blend this one into, so I think these two together will go nicely. So I'm just blending it starting on the outer corner and inwards. Yeah, this mustardy looking shade I feel like feels a little random on the palette, but combined with A4, it gives it a really interesting dimension. I'm darkening up the outer corner with some more D4. And then I'm going to use the color E1 and just pat it on my eyelid. I'm using my REPHR number 2 brush to kind of clean up this front edge. And I think I want to use the color D1 to combine the two shades. So right here on this outer edge. I really love how like ethereal and natural this one looks. I'm not going to make it any darker. Let me just clean up underneath my eye, put on some makeup, and I'll be right back and we'll finish it up. I'm back with some makeup on, and for underneath the eye, I grabbed my REPHR number 14 brush with the same color E4, and I'm going to just back and forth smoke out my lower lash line. This is a nice small fluffy brush, so it'll still have that ethereal feel underneath the eye. Nothing too dark or harsh, just nice and blended underneath. Connecting it right here towards the end. I'm going to do a brown eyeliner right in my waterline. And for the inner corner, I'm just going to bring in a little bit more of that same color E1. So this is what we're looking like before lashes or mascara. Let me be right back to show you the final second look. Okay, this look is super simple, but I absolutely love the way that it came out. I also love that I was able to use that mustardy matte shade that, again, kind of feels random in the palette, but it looks so beautiful combined with these colors. So this right here, after some lashes and bottom lash mascara, is the final second look with this Norvina Volume 5 palette. I love this one, if you can't already tell. This one is nice. Also, this one's much more everyday. But now that we can party again though, this one's nice too, okay? Okay. I feel like I've been avoiding making looks with colors C3, D4, and D5, which by the way all look very similar. So this is going to be that look. I'm starting by packing the color D4 on the crease of my eye, and I'm using my REPHR number 1 brush for that. Just pack it. I'm going to pack it on my outer corner as well, and right here on the inner part as well, just packing it in place. And now that the color is placed there with the same brush, I'm just going to diffuse that upper edge that I created by running my brush back and forth through it. And I'm going to connect it right here at the top. A little bit of B2 and A1 mixed together, and I'm going to run the mixture through my edges. Right in the center, I'm going to use the color C4, and I'm tapping it on with my finger. And I'm going to layer a little bit of B1 over the center right here. Back with a little bit of D4, I'm just going to make sure that these edges look blended. So I'm just tapping the color on the outer and inner corners of my lid. And see how that looks much more blended right now? I'm going to clean underneath, do my face makeup, and I'll be right back to finish it up. Back with some makeup on, and I have my REPHR number 13 here with a mixture of the colors B2 and A1. And I'm going to just run it underneath my eye, not very close to my lash line because I just want to smoke it out actually. So a little bit further down than right under my lashes. A bit more of my mixture, and I'm just really diffusing my under eye. In the center of my under eye, I'm going to put the color C4, and I'm just going to place it with my finger right underneath in the center there. And with the color D4, I'm going to do the outer corner and also right underneath the tear duct area. With that same brush, I grabbed a little bit of the color C3, and I'm just going to darken up right by the lashes, like right on the inner corner of the eye. And the outer corner, this is the color C3. This one's just a teeny tiny bit darker, or just like more pigmented, I'm not sure. I like this though. Okay, so after a little bit more blending underneath the eye, this is what everything looks like. I am loving this. This is giving me Aladdin vibes. You know, like in the live action Aladdin movie, that purple dress that Princess Jasmine wears with the gold detail. This is the eye look for that dress right here. I grabbed the color D2 and I'm going to stamp it over the center here. It just adds a few more sparkles, but it really does not make that much of a difference. I just wanted to try it. Alright, I'm going to do B1 on the inner corner because why even try anything different? You can't beat perfection, you know? This is my Princess Jasmine eye look number 3. Let me put on mascara and lashes and I'll be right back to show you the final look. Back with look number 3, I feel beautiful in this halo eye. Like, this is so pretty. I love the glitter and the glow and the purple. And I was totally avoiding using those shades because I was like, I'm not going to like it. That like bright dark purple, it's just like so last year. And here I am drooling all over this damn eye look. I love purple. This palette is perfection and I need to stop talking ahead of time. Or thinking ahead of time in this case. This is beautiful. I can't even. I love it so much. This is so pretty. This is probably going to be my favorite look, isn't it? We'll see. Let's move on to the 4th look. By the way, I used the Fenty eyeliner in Cute Ting in my waterline. I'm starting look number 4 with the shade B4 because I want to see what this shade is about. It's one of those matte shades that has sparkle in it. I never know what to do with those shades, so this is me trying. I think for now I'm going to pack it on the outer corner of the eye and see where to go from there. I feel like you can barely see the shimmer, so I'm just going to use it as if it were a matte shade. I'm going to blend it in through the crease. So I'm using my REPHR number 15 and I'm blending out that color B4 on my crease. I mixed the colors A4 and A1 and I'm going to use those as my transition shade. So that looks bizarre, but let's blend it and hope for a better outcome. When I was mixing A1 with the purple, it was looking nice, so I figured I could also mix it with the taupey shade. Yeah, that looks good. You just need to have a little faith and blend it. Just have a little faith and blend it. That should be my logo. Just have a little faith and blend it. I need to put that on a t-shirt. Okay, with my REPHR number 1 brush, I grabbed the color B3, which is the most beautiful pastel purple shade I have ever encountered on a palette. That is how strongly I feel about it. I used this one in my review video and I fell in love. So I'm going to just blend it into my crease color and build it here on the outer corner. It blends beautifully, but when you pack it on, it looks so nice and intense. It's beautiful. So I would recommend blending it and then repacking it. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm using the color C1 on my eyelid, just tapping it on right over the center of the eyelid. And then towards the inner part of the eyelid, the color C2, and I am putting it on with my REPHR number 28 brush. So blend it over the purple and I'm going to define this top edge right here with it up to the center. Cleaning underneath Let me do some makeup around the eye and I'll be right back to finish this one up. Okay, back with some makeup on, and I'm going to the color B2 once again on my REPHR number 1, and I'm going to this time just blend it underneath my eye, back and forth. Grab a little more, see if I can pack it on with this brush too right here. I'm going to do a little bit of the color C2 right underneath my tear duct area here, and B1 right over it and in the inner corner. Okay, I went ahead and did a black eyeliner in my waterline, and I'm going to also do a little wing. Obviously by little wing I meant a huge wing. This is exactly what I was going for. Okay, we're sticking with the wing. If you liked it better without the wing, I'm sorry, just skip it, but I'm keeping it. Okay, I'm back with lashes on and mascara, and this is the final fourth look. I think I would have liked it better without the eyeliner, but I rarely give you guys looks with eyeliner. So since I felt inspired today, here you go. But usually I do prefer my looks without the eyeliner. That's why I usually skip it. Let me know in the comments if you like the look with or without the eyeliner. So this is the fourth look right here. Since I have hooded eyes, I already got glitter all over my liner too, which annoys me. Anyways, this is the fourth look. Let's move on to the fifth and final one. Let's get started with the fifth and last look, and I'm going into the color A4 with my REPHR number 27. And this is going to be our transition shade. So rubbing it back and forth on the crease, of course. Grabbed a little bit more A4 and I'm just going for it until things look blended. I'm making it come in all the way to the inner corner and out. Switching to my REPHR number 1 in the color A5, and I'm going to tap it on the outer corner of the eye. Tap it, and build it into the outer crease. Just do little circles around it until it mixes in. And I'm also going to put it on the inner corner. Back with my number 27, I'm just going to make sure that nothing looks harsh out here, that things are blending nicely. And then with my REPHR number 28 brush, I'm going into the color B5. And I'm going to put it over the edge of the outer corner matte shade. Right here. And same thing on this inner part, of course. Now I'm grabbing the color A2 with my finger and I'm putting it right in the center of the eye, a little bit over the other shimmer shade, and blending it upwards towards the crease. Same finger, and I grabbed a little bit of the color D2 and I'm going to press it over for some added sparkles. Okay, just like this, let me do my face makeup and I'll be right back to finish this one up. Starting underneath the eye by putting A5 on the outer corner and the inner corner right underneath the lower lash line, and I'm using the REPHR number 3 brush for that. Then with the tip of my finger and the color A2, we are going to tap the color right on the center of the under eye so we can bring down that light in the center of the eye. And then with my REPHR number 13 and the color A4, we are going to smoke it all out back and forth with that small fluffy brush. I'm using the color Cuting in my waterline. Okay, so this is what it looks like before lashes and mascara. Back with mascara and lashes, and this is the final fifth look right here. I absolutely love the little thrown in sparkles I did over the top. With the color D2, I think it added something a little bit extra special to this eye look, and I love how everything came out. Looks number 3 and this one are definitely my favorite ones that I created with this palette. I think this looks so freaking stunning. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. I really hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, I think my favorite ones were looks 3 and 5. If I had to pick one, even though 5 is something that I see myself wearing more often, I think number 3 is still my favorite because it was just such a contrasting, glamorous, colorful, beautiful eye look. I absolutely loved it. One last thing I wanted to note about this Norvina palette is that I felt like when we saw pictures of it and pictures of the swatches, we expected a palette that had both neutral and purple tones, right? That's like what it looks like from looking at the pans. I did 7 looks total, including the looks on my review video, which if you haven't checked it out yet, I'll leave you the little link on the eye right there. And I was able to create 1 neutral look, meaning The colors up here on the top right of the palette that look neutral are really more so burgundy shades. So I feel like mostly you either get a purple or a burgundy look with this palette. So not as many neutral shades as I was actually thinking that the palette had. It's mostly burgundy and purple and like a few neutral ones that I was able to create one neutral look with. That was look number 2, of course. So that is just something that I wanted to note. I absolutely love burgundy looks. Burgundy is my color. I love burgundy eyeshadow, my favorite. And I also absolutely love purple as well. So the palette is still right up my alley. I absolutely loved it, but I feel like we kind of thought that it had more neutral shades than it actually has. If you guys liked the video, don't forget to please give it a thumbs up. Before you leave, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new here. If you're interested in buying the palette, the brushes, the eyeliners, anything that I use, definitely check out the links down in the description box. Thank you all so much for watching. I love you so much and I hope to see you back in the next video. Bye!